Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for giving me the chance to speak today. My name is Kit, and I'm a third-year adult nursing student at Canterbury Christ Church University. I want to share my experience of being on placement in a nursing home, an experience that completely reshaped my expectations and, honestly, my understanding of what nursing really is. Expectations versus reality. When I first found out that my next placement would be in a nursing home, I was surprised. I knew I had a community placement come in, but I hadn't really considered that it might mean working in a more social long-term care setting. I felt a mixture of skepticism and excitement, and I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. But within just a few hours of being there, that uncertainty disappeared. I absolutely loved it. For the first time in my training, I had the space to truly spend time with people. Not rushing from task to task, not juggling 10 competing priorities, but actually sitting with residents, listening to their stories, and understanding their needs. I felt more responsible, more autonomous, and more like a nurse than I ever had on a ward. I had meaningful conversations with families, and I was trusted to be part of discussions about the care people wanted as they approached the end of their lives. That level of depth and connection is something I would never have experienced in a fast-paced, acute setting. Challenges and how they became strengths. My biggest worry going into the placement was that I wouldn't get to practice any clinical skills. I couldn't have been more wrong. As a third-year student, this placement was exactly what I needed. Wards and GP surgeries are brilliant for technical skills, venipuncture, ECGs, IVs. But they're also chaotic, and sometimes you don't get the time to develop the most fundamental skill of all, seeing the person behind the patient. In a nursing home, the pace allowed me to manage a group of residents safely, build my confidence, and refine my holistic assessment skills. I learned to recognize subtle changes, to think ahead, and to communicate clearly, all without the pressure of acute deterioration every 5 minutes. It was the perfect environment to grow into the kind of nurse I want to be.
The best part of the placement.
The highlight for me was getting to know every resident as an individual. I learnt their personalities, their routines, their preferences, and the type of care that made them feel safe and valued. That depth of relationship is rare in many clinical settings, and it's something I will carry with me throughout my career. This placement will always be one of my favourites, and I look back on it with real fondness.
My biggest learning opportunity.
I also experienced my first patient death during this placement. I'd been on wards where patients passed away, but I had never been present at the moment it happened. What struck me was how differently death is approached in a nursing home. The respect, the gentleness, the dignity. It was extraordinary. Something that can be traumatic in other environments felt peaceful, almost sacred. It removed so much of the fear I had around end-of-life care. I genuinely believe every student should have the chance to experience death in this way, because it teaches you not just about nursing, but about humanity.
How this will shape my future practice.
This placement transformed my confidence in communicating with patients and families. It strengthened my holistic assessment skills, deepened my understanding of end-of-life and comfort care, and massively improved my medication knowledge. The medication rounds were extensive but calm, giving me the time to ask questions and learn properly without feeling like I was slowing anyone down. It also taught me the value of continuity, of seeing the same people every day, noticing the small changes and understanding what matters to them. That's something I will take with me into every area of practice.
Why this matters for you.
Nursing homes and social care settings offer something that hospitals often can't: time, continuity, relationship building, and truly person-centered care. Students don't just learn from you. They bring energy, curiosity, and an extra pair of hands. They become advocates for social care. They leave with a deeper respect for the work you do. And many, like me, discover a passion for this area that they never expected. By offering placements, you're not just supporting students, you're shaping the next generation of nurses who understand dignity, compassion, communication, and the heart of long-term care. Thank you for everything you do. And thank you for considering how valuable these placements can be for students like me.